Hey y'all! So we're gonna do two unveilings tonight, one from last week and one from this week. So last week I bought a couple of things from Miss Caroline's auction, as always, but it has been crazy and I just haven't had a chance to actually do my unveiling. So we're gonna start with that one. And then last night I did her auction as per usual and I bought a whole lot more stuff. In my defense, I was celebrating because I have officially finished my capstone for another master's degree. So I was very excited. I still have one more class to finish. Yes, I know, capstone is supposed to be the last class. Don't even get me started on that whole thing. But I was celebrating, so we'll do that second. So first up, 2 weeks ago, courtesy of Miss Caroline. I didn't do like a whole ton of stuff, but it was just fun stuff that I liked. Duh, always. So, first and foremost, cute little bag, as always, packaged so nicely. This, I just loved, because, so when she does the auctions, you know, obviously there are Facebook Live auctions, and, you know, so anybody can tune in, but I love when she does things that are specific to this area, so to the Gulf Coast. And this was one of those things, so I just had to pick it up. It was a bin zen, so $3. Come on, super fun. So this is a collector's edition king cake doll. And if you're watching, you're probably someone who knows me. So you know what a king cake doll is. If you don't know me and you don't know anything about the king cake doll, so here in South Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, we have this thing you may have heard of, possibly called Mardi Gras. And part of Mardi Gras is the king cake. And in a king cake, you're supposed to put a little baby. Now, the story behind the baby, I'll give you the super short version, is that whoever cuts the piece of cake and gets that piece of cake that actually has the baby in it, the baby is good luck, but then that person is also responsible for buying the next king cake for whatever the event is. But so king cake babies are good luck. There you go, that's the short version. So this is a collector's edition king cake doll. And it tells you that king cake doll originally was a tiny porcelain doll imported from the finest porcelain factories of Europe and Japan. Because of shortages during World War II, the pecan or lucky fava bean replaced the porcelain doll. In the 1950s, a plastic baby doll was substituted and has been used ever since. According to folklore, the plastic baby represented the Christ child. The lucky fava bean helped the three kings find their way to the Christ child, and the frozen Charlotte doll depicted a little girl who froze to death, waiting in the snow for the kings to arrive. That is sad and morbid, but we'll move on from that. The king cake, of course, it says of course, represents the king's gifts to the Christ child. Now, for this 1990 carnival season, Hadel's Bakery, Hadel's or Hadel's, not sure. We're gonna go with Hadel's, why not? Hadel's Bakery reestablishes the old tradition of the frozen Charlotte porcelain doll for their king cakes. This authentic reproduction doll has been especially handcrafted as a commemorative memento of Hadel's Carnival celebration. Hadel's wishes you a happy carnival season. So, that is the little doll. Little antique, vintage, well, I guess vintage, not antique. I'm not exactly sure what the difference is. I'm sure it's like a year sort of thing, but so this is the collector's edition king cake doll because Mardi Gras is my favorite season ever. I love Mardi Gras. Everything about Mardi Gras is fun to me. I just really love it. So king cake doll, perfect. Plus like kind of a fun story. So if you happen to be here during Mardi Gras season and you should happen to have a piece of king cake and you should happen to get a baby doll in it, good luck for you and make sure you buy the next cake. Just so you know. nobody likes that person who gets the baby doll and then doesn't actually buy the new cake. So we're gonna open this piece next. I actually only bought 3 things in the auction 2 weeks ago. Now I've got 4 packages, but that's because 2 of them go together, and the 2 I just set next to me are the 2 that go together, I'm 99% sure. So, oh, I forgot to show you. Oh, that says what it is on it. Pretend like I didn't see that. Okay. This, you know, I do this every time where I forget scissors. I'll get scissors like in a hot second to do the big one because there's a lot of stuff that I bought last night. Like I said, I bought a lot of stuff last night. I was really excited to be done with my capstone class. The class almost killed me, like legitimately. I either almost quit the program or almost died. So I was really happy to be done with it. So this, I was really excited about 2 weeks ago. As you know, I like my glass. I like my glowy glass, but I also like my pink glass. And I don't know if I like the pink glass more than the glowy glass, but I like it like a whole lot. And fun fact, my favorite pattern is the Miss America pattern. I don't know why, I can't explain it to you. It just is. There's just something about it that I love. So 2 weeks ago, Miss Caroline had this gorgeous piece of pink Miss America glass. It's a divided dish, 4-way divided dish. So it's got some weight to it, and it's in really good shape. It's got like one little tiny, like two tiny little baby chippies right there on the end. But I mean, come on, like these are gonna get a little bit beat up just because of that Miss America, the way that edge is. So, but I mean, it's in fantastic shape. It's gorgeous. It's pink. You know how I love my pinks. I'm just saying. So I got this and I was really excited about it. Like I said, there's just something about that Miss America pattern that's really kind of just classic looking to me. I can't explain it to you. I don't know why, but I love the Miss America pattern. I actually have a glass or a plate in green that is a Miss America pattern that glows, and I didn't know it glowed when I bought it. I just liked it, and so that was a fun surprise. So my Miss America divided dish in pink. Now this piece is fun. I know, I say that all the time. And of course, as I always say, if it wasn't fun, I wouldn't be buying it. This is an interesting piece. How about that? You guys know that I collect like just kind of weird one-off things too. If I find them and think that there's something that's just kind of interesting. This is one of those things. We saw it in her preview pics, and then I requested it, and I bought it. And I got really excited about it because I did a little bit of research on it. Doesn't take much to excite me, I promise, guys. Pretty easy to please, as you can probably tell. So, get this bad boy open first. So it came in 2 parts because it is a 2-part item, and so she just wrapped it to keep it very safe. Because like I said, Miss Caroline always wraps everything very well so that nothing is damaged. It's part of the reason that I love her. That, and she just has some of the best stuff. And she's so nice, guys, seriously. If you have not joined one of Miss Caroline's Wednesday auctions on Farmhouse Ephemera, you really need to, because they're so much fun. And she's just so sweet. Okay, so this is 1 part, and you're like looking at it and you're like, what is that? Hold on. That's just a piece. That's not the exciting piece. I guess separately, they're probably not that exciting. Together, it's more exciting. So, this is the second piece. Okay, so here's the second piece. You can see, I don't know what this is made out of. Like, it's not marble, but it's heavy. I don't think it's porcelain. It's some kind of, you can see, so it's got like a little chippy there. So it's some kind of, I don't want to say like rock. Maybe it is marble. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. If you know more, please let me know, because as you know, I like to learn about all of these things. But, okay, so also, looking at this, you can see, so it's got words on there, both sides, right? And then these are the little hold pieces. And this says, what does this say? It says USA. Sangbush self-closing. Ooh, is that INR Inner Stand Co? Or Inkstand. I think it's Inkstand. Okay, so wait, maybe it says the same thing on this side. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Yep, so Sangbush self-closing Inkstand Co. So company. On the bottom, it says Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And says, I'm trying to read the big part. Ideal moistener. Ideal moistener, that's what it says. So that's what all those words say, made in the USA. And you're still like, okay, what the hell is that? Like, I don't get it. Why are we talking about this? Hold on. So this piece and this piece, they go together. And this sits in here like this. I'm gonna hold it like that so you can see without it falling out. Right, so it sits in there. And as I've already shown you, here, we'll hold it like that. Spins, right? And you're still like, okay, I have no idea what the hell that is. So this is a stamp moistener. And you're like, a stamp moistener, what the hell does that mean? What that means is you take this piece out, set that in my lap because I don't want it to roll off the table. You would put water down here. That's why it looks like that. It's kind of, you can see it's actually been used. So you would put water in the bottom, or I actually learned doing my research that you could put glycerin, I think glycerin, in the bottom as well. So you put that in the bottom and set it down. Take this piece, set it in there, and then you would spin it. And what it would do is it would transfer the water or the glycerin to this, and then you would use it to moisten your stamps so that you didn't have to lick your stamps. How cool is that? So, like, you know, you didn't end up, I mean, it was envelopes, but the episode of Seinfeld, I believe, where George's fiance died from licking the envelopes. Yep. So all could have been avoided had she had one of these, because she could have just taken those envelopes, like run this through and done it like that. But yeah, so this is a stamp moistener. So yeah, it would get, you just take the stamps, put it on top, so you didn't have to worry about licking it. You didn't have to use one of those like Dobby things that you use now. And that's what this is. So I thought that was really cool. I hadn't seen one before. I saw the picture of it actually in her preview pictures, and I was like, I wonder what that is. It still has a stamp on it, or a sticker on it. It looks like, is that a price? Let's see. I don't know. Well, it just says USD, but I'm pretty sure that's not an actual price because it's like a lot of money. So yeah, so I saw this in her preview pics. I thought like, well, that's kind of interesting. I wonder what that is. So then I looked it up online and found out exactly what it was. So this is a stamp moistener, which I just thought was really interesting. You guys know I like kind of one-off, weird, interesting, unique things with like a history and a story. Obviously, that's why I collect vintage things. So there you go. That is from the auction 2 weeks ago. We'll move on to the one I did last night. But pause, please, because I need scissors. So 1 minute. Okay. Scissors. We're ready now. Okay, so this was my totally out of control splurge last night. But look how cute. You guys, I know I always say like how nice Caroline's packaging is, but like 4th of July, like come on guys, it's so cute. It's It's adorable. Like, if you don't like that, stop watching my videos. We can't be friends. I'm just saying. Or keep watching. I mean, whatever. But I'm just saying. Don't judge. All right. And there's like a whole mess of stuff in here. It's going to be awesome. We'll start with this. Because as per usual, I mean, I know pretty much what I got. But I don't know how anything is packaged. So let's see what happens. How cute. Packaging is adorable. Like I said, if you don't like it, then we just can't be friends. And then you clearly don't appreciate solid branding is the other thing that I will tell you. I'm just saying. Okay. Stamp. And she did them in blue this week. Yeah, blue. 4th of July. So, all right, let's see what we got. Like I said, I went a little crazy last night, but I'm celebrating. And I think that that is a valid excuse for just about anything. Oh, okay. So, you know, I have a special place in my heart for all things military related, you know, given my family background and all that sort of stuff. And so I always hate seeing people's military medals and awards and stuff just kind of like that their family didn't want. I mean, for whatever reason, you know, people have their reasons for whatever. So last night she had several different military items and I went ahead and purchased all of them. So this, now like I said, I don't know a whole lot about these. So some of the, so obviously these are ribbons, clearly. Looks like they were probably put, because they're this flat piece back here, they were probably part of like a display at some point. It's got, so normally these, when I have seen things like these, when I've seen them, they've been stars, like my dad's are all stars. These, I'm not sure what those are. They almost look like leaves. Yeah, you can see there's a star right there. So these are like, kind of like little extras, and by extras I mean like bonus like awards essentially. So it's, I can't explain it because again I don't have enough of that knowledge, but so this is definitely someone who is very decorated is essentially what I'm trying to say. So this was the first one that I got. There's another one, and this one actually is it the same set? It's not quite the same set. It has some of the same ribbons on it, with a little bit, with fewer of the extra star embellishments on it. But this one, you can see from the back, this was actually worn because it's got the pins on it, obviously, and also because it's mounted, so these would slide off of here. So it's actually mounted on like a rack that would pin in. So you can see here more of those ribbons, and each of the ribbons correspond to like a medal, an award, a distinguishment or recognition. So, and again, these also are related to that. So I don't know a lot about these specifically, so I'll have to look that up, but these definitely belong to someone who was very decorated in their career. So I picked those up. And then these are also obviously pins, as you can see. Oh, this is one that, one of these ribbons, this is, the ribbon would slide on here. So we'll just set that there. And then these ones here these look like they were, I don't want to say insignia because they're not really insignia, but they would pin into like the collar. So you've got your US, there's 2 of these, 2 US's. There's the other one, there's the other US. Yeah, so they're like collar pins. And then these, also pins, as you can see, 2 of these. So these are medical corps, as you can tell. So I don't know if the ribbons are from the same person that these came from. I'm guessing that they probably are, but I don't know that for sure. But yeah, so these are, again, I'm guessing collar pins, like collar lapel pins or whatever. But these are medical corps. So whoever this person was part of the military, the medical service military corps, or medical corps. So pick these up as well. And obviously you can tell because it's got that symbol for medicine there. So I picked those up too. So I will put those probably in a shadow box because that's what I typically do when I pick up any sort of military pins and medals and those sorts of things. I shadow box them just because I think that someone worked really hard and earned them, and so they deserve to be showcased and put on display because that's an accomplishment for sure. So that is the first set of items there that I got. Let's see what's in here. I think I know what this is without even, so again, too vintage. Also, if you did not know, here's a true story. Miss Caroline also actually has an eBay page where you can buy things directly on eBay from her. Just look up 2 Vintage. I believe that's actually the eBay store name, URL. So if you just want to go on eBay and check out Miss Caroline's stuff, you can do that too. There are lots of ways to find her. So obviously her weekly auction, she still has the booth over at Redo Vendor Mall on the corner of Pass and Pops Ferry, or you can check out 2 Vintage on eBay. Just one of the many ways to find her. I'm just saying. You really should check out her stuff if you haven't already. If I haven't convinced you, then I'm not sure what else it's going to take, because she's got fantastic things. So this I saw last night. And Chloe, if you're watching, I know you know what this is. Amberina. So this is a piece of Amberina. And I learned that this is Star and Moon pattern? Star and Moon. I wrote it down. Wait. I wrote it down specifically because I wanted to remember exactly what it was. So, hold please. Moon and stars. So star and moon, moon and stars, basically the same thing. Yep. Star and moon pattern, Amberina glass. So how pretty is that piece? And it's in excellent, excellent condition. So moon and stars, Amberina. You know I love my glass. So I grabbed that little beauty last night. Let's see. What's in here? Oh, I know what these are. Okay, so I'm going to open these super carefully. And actually, I'm going to grab my beautiful Miss America patterned divided dish and open these up probably over top of it, because otherwise I think I'm going to end up with them everywhere. So, again, you know I love my glowy things, and last night Miss Caroline had a whole mess of marbles. Not just any marbles, glowing marbles. And not just uranium glass marbles, by the way. I want to say manganese. Manganese. 99% sure manganese. So hold on. Like I said, I'm trying not to like dump these all over the floor because I don't want to be chasing marbles. Oh, good. And she put the, see, I should have known that she would do that and she would not just throw them in the paper. She put them in a bag for me, so I do not need my glass. But you know, knowing me, I would end up throwing stuff everywhere. So it never hurts for me to be extra careful because we all know I have a propensity for destruction. So these are the marbles I bought last night, and they glow. All of these glow. Every single one of them. And she showed them all last night, and actually, You guys, I'm apparently not on top of my game because I did not grab my black light. So, pause please. I'll be right back again. And yes, I'm having a drink. You know why? Because I finished my capstone this week, and so I am enjoying as much time off as I can before I have to start doing stuff for my next 4-week class. So, judge me if you want. I don't care. Okay. Sorry I didn't set up like I normally do, y'all, but that's what happens. So, and I do think I need to get a new one of these because I'm pretty sure this little guy's dying. But as you can see, we'll move Miss America out of the way so that I don't accidentally break her in the process. So, ooh, oh, guys, look how sad this little guy looks. Oh, there we go. Okay, maybe I just need to adjust the batteries. I don't know. Ta-da! Yep, you can see how well they're all glowing in there. All of the glowy marbles. And these red ones are the ones, sorry guys, the bag is reflecting the blue there. I'm not sure if you can really see that they glow. I can tell that they're glowing. It's a little bit harder, I think. Ooh, sorry y'all. Yep, okay. I'm not gonna waste any more of your time because I'm just talking, but yeah. So, I want to say manganese. Chloe, are you watching? Because if you're watching, you can tell me if I'm correct or not. Manganese. Yeah. You can't tell because they're just, the light's just like bouncing right off of that. Look, my whole finger just looks blue. I can tell looking at it though that it's definitely glowing. So I want to say the red is manganese. So I bought a bunch of glowing marbles. And you're wondering, why did you buy a bunch of glowing marbles? Because I have bought glowing marbles previously, and as part of my beautiful glowy display, which by the way, I'm going to need to get a new shelf for because I am at max capacity, I use the glowing marbles and also like other small glowy things as like filler for certain things. So like for bowls and stuff like that, I get the little small glowy things like marbles and put them in there just to kind of like add a little bit of dimension and character. So glowing marbles, super fun. I love them. It was like, she had like a whole mess of them and it was like, how many do you want? And I was like, just give me all of them. So I took every single glowing marble that she had because why not? If I'm gonna buy glowing marbles, I might as well buy all of them. I thought that was perfectly logical. So, moving on to the next thing. You guys probably think that I'm like out of my mind. And I probably am. And again, I don't care. Sorry, not sorry. I enjoy it. So, it brings me joy. And really, you know, do what you love. Life is too short. Now this is fun. So this is a milk of magnesia bottle. So I also like old bottles. I have not like a ton of them. Actually, old bottles are one of the first things I really kind of started collecting years ago when I was just kind of casually collecting funky things. But the bottles were one of the first things. So this is a vintage milk of magnesia bottle. But what's interesting about this particular milk of magnesia bottle is that it was actually created right here in Gulfport, Mississippi. This is a Mississippi born and bred milk of magnesia bottle. Apparently there was or is, I don't know if it's still if it still is in operation or not, but there's a bottle factory, or was a bottle factory, on Highway 49. So if you are local to here, and you did not know that, which I did not know that, I don't know that I'd say I'm local, but I've been here 10 years, so you think I would know something. But there was or is, I'm not quite sure about time, a bottle factory on Highway 49, and this would have been one of the bottles that was produced there. So Milk of Magnesia bottle, which I thought was really fun. Like I said, I love all my local stuff, so how can you say no to that? Plus, you know, bottle, glass. Milk of Magnesia, trademark, just says trademark. I can't tell if that's a year. I don't think that is a year. Oh, it's an H is what it is. So that right there in the middle, I thought that might be a year. It's not, it's an H. But so trademark, Milk of Magnesia. And it says, I'm having some trouble reading. It's a little bit dark in here. The Chas Phillips. Yeah. Yep. The Chash, and that's, I'm not slurring that, I swear. Chash. The Chash Phillips. Or is it that, or is it Chas? Chas H. Phillips? That's what it is, because there's periods between before and after the H. The Chas H. Phillips Chemical Company. So, there you go. I just thought it was fun. Like I said, I like old bottles. I think they're interesting. So, there we go. That is my Milk of Magnesia bottle. Let's see what else we have in here. And I know what this is already. That does not happen too often as soon as I pick it up. Normally I have to at least open it a little bit, but this I saw, and it actually matches another item that I bought from Miss Caroline, actually. And you shall see. So again, so I bought a lot of glass this week, obviously, as you can tell. Kind of like one of my favorite things, and she had a lot of it, and I really liked it. So this is a bowl, and if you can see, yep, it's got that silver metal detailing along the edges, first off. So you can see here along the edges, this is all silver, and I think it's silver plate. Pretty sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's silver plate, just based on the way that it looks. So the other one, I'm getting ahead of myself. So this is a bowl. You can see this pretty flower design with the silver plate on it. And previously, I think it's actually in one of my videos, I bought like a cute little, here, let me get this. I'm running out of space for all the glass. Oh my gosh, it's like my house. My poor husband. Sorry, babe, I love you. I previously bought a tray. So it's probably about that big, square. It's got little handles on it. And it also has that silver detailing design on it. But the difference between that one and this one, which is why I think this one is silver plate, is that the other one I have actually almost looks like it's tarnished. Like the silver is very dark, like it has oxidized, which is what sterling does. It oxidizes and gets really dark. This does not have that, so that's why I'm thinking this is plate and not like a sterling inlay, like what I think the other piece is. But they go together very nicely. The patterns are very similar, and you know how much I really like my glass with any sort of like metallic detailing, whether it's silver or gold. So I saw this and I went ahead and picked this up too, because, you know, why not? Like I said, you only live once. So, oh, we're gonna save this one for last because I know what that is. I'm really excited about that, because not only because it's gorgeous, it's freaking beautiful, but I learned something about it too, and as I'm sure you guys have figured out already, part of what's fun about this for me is not just like the buying of the things and having pretty stuff, but I learn about the pieces that I get, and that really, I really like to learn new things. So part of the fun and excitement for me is learning about the different pieces, and so I think that's really kind of where like I guess you could call it an obsession at this point, where that comes from. I think it's really fascinating to learn about the history and the differences and that sort of stuff. So here is another really pretty, more Miss America glass. Pink Miss America glass, because if you didn't know, Miss America comes in other colors too. Like I said, I actually have a uranium glass Miss America plate, Miss America pattern, because Miss America is just the pattern. So it can be in any color. I don't think they do it in all of the colors, but Miss America is just the pattern. It's not the actual color. So this is another pink Miss America, pretty little bowl. So I snagged that too, because as we've already established, A, I like pink, B, I love Miss America. I just think it's really pretty, like that, like, it's just so, I don't know, elegant, I guess, like very refined, very detailed. There's just something about it that's very pretty to me. So I picked that up as well. And there are two more things in here and then the final piece. So, oh, I know what this is. Okay, so this is a gift actually that I bought. So I have some glass coasters. Coasters aren't really something that I collect. You know, ashtrays, obviously I do. Coasters aren't really something that I collect, but this I got, she had a lot. Actually, she had 4 lots of different coasters. So like there was like a lot of, I want to say like 4 or 5 like Coca-Cola ones. There was like the Coca-Cola Santa ones. There was a lot of Hawaii. And then there was this lot that was Missouri. I want to say it was Missouri. But then there was one random Texas. So the Missouri ones had this similar, the similar style, right? So black with this gold on the outside. And then the state kind of outlined like this with, you know, some key elements on it, right? So she had like a lot of, I want to say like 8 maybe of the Missouri, but then she also had the Texas. And so I'm not going to say I don't care about Texas because that just sounds terrible. But my aunt LaVon, actually lives in Texas and has lived in Texas for a while now. She's not originally from there, but she lives there now with her husband and her labs. And she just really enjoys Texas, and she's one of those people kind of like me where everything in her house has a story. And she likes to, wherever she lives, she collects things from there, and not collect like I collect, but like, you know, she finds things that are local to the area meaningful. So I saw this and I thought that this was something that she would enjoy. Just because it's got, I mean, if you look at it, so it's obviously the state of Texas, but then it's got the blue bonnet there at the top, which I believe is the state flower of Texas. And then it also has, you know, some of the major cities, like landmarks. It's got some of these kind of like Texas images, graphics. So, and it's just kind of fun and different. I mean, I guess you could use it as an ashtray, but it's definitely not an ashtray. It's definitely a coaster. So I saw this and thought of my Aunt LaVon, and I thought this would be something that she would find kind of fun and interesting. And she, you know, would put and use or, you know, whatever. I just thought she would like it. So I picked this up, and then I could have gotten all of the Missouri ones too, but I was like, honestly, I really just want Texas. Like, I don't really care about Missouri, and like, no offense, Missouri. It's not you, it's me. So this is my Texas coaster that is now a gift for my Auntie LaVon, my Auntie Bonbon, as I used to call her, or as I still actually call her, Auntie Bonbon. So I got that for her. All right, so this is one more piece, and then the big one. And look, Miss Caroline left me a little card in my box. How great is that? And I'm kind of putting, so, okay, hold on. So love conquers all, but hold on a second. You'll see why this is kind of entertaining. I don't know, it kind of is ironic. Again, branding on point. I'm just saying, she's got the 2 Vintage brand down. You know what her stuff is. That's what you want. She says because she finished her capstone. Woo, rare form tonight, guys. All right, this is fun. So I'm in marketing. I like advertising pieces, but I don't really buy a whole lot of them because it's kind of like an acquired taste. Like, it's got to be something that really speaks to me. This really spoke to me. So, how fun is that? Okay, so it's not exactly an advertising piece. It kind of is an advertising piece. I classify it as that. But, so Everyone is Meant for Someone. Operatic Edition is what it says up there. It says Operatic Edition. And what this is a cover for a record. I don't know if it's a record, but so words by Bert Kalmar and Harry Ruby, music by Jan Rubini and Salvatore Santiala. Sorry, Salvatore, I butchered that. Price, 60 cents. So this was actually like a record cover, I guess, or like an advertising piece for some kind of record. I mean, it's got the 60 cents on it, so I imagine that it was sold with something. And then down here in the corner, it says Watterson, Berlin, and Snyder Company, Strand Building, New York, 47th Street and B-Way? The Napco, so the Nap Company, Inc., New York. So, I just really liked the graphic on this. So I love that pretty girl, woman, whatever you want to call her, with the big, like, floppy headband, which is so awesome. Kind of reminds me of Living in the South, where all of the little girls have giant bows on their heads that are bigger than their whole bodies. Plus, like, just look at like her pretty little face, like just that kind of like look and the curly hair and everything. I really liked that. But what I really, really liked about it, my favorite part, and probably the whole reason I bought it, was Everyone is Meant for Someone, which was apparently the name of the record. But I just really liked that in general because I kind of have that like mentality, like, everyone's meant for someone. We all have our version of weird, and we just have to find someone whose version of weird complements ours. So I bought this because I thought it was just fun looking, interesting, different than anything that I have bought before. I will say I don't own anything like this, not even close, but I really like that Everyone is Meant for Someone message. And it's just kind of like classic and pretty looking. So I bought that, and the reason I was laughing about this was Love Conquers All, and then my Everyone is Meant for Someone. So that's kind of like a fun tie-in. I think it is. Maybe you don't, but sorry, I'm not sorry. I think it is, and I'm doing the video, so there you go. Okay, last piece, and then I will stop yapping at you. I'm really excited about this. Like I said, I like things that I learn about. I like to learn because I'm a nerd. Unapologetically a nerd, by the way. I am not sorry about that at all. This is gorgeous, and I learned about it. So this piece is just beautiful. Hey, Denver. That's Denver. Denver's grumpy because I'm not paying enough attention to him, but don't worry, he's gonna get all the snuggles later. This is gorgeous. So this is very pretty. So it's obviously a 3-part tray. You can see it's got the gold, which we've already established is something that I really, really like, is the metallic detailing on anything. And this is called Delphite. So this is blue, I want to say blue Delphite. It could just be Delphite. I'm going to say blue Delphite because I can't remember. But what I learned is, do you know what Delphite is? Blue milk glass. Just a fancy word for blue milk glass. Who knew? So I guess it's actually not blue Delphite. I guess it's just Delphite. But yeah, so Delphite, separated tray. Yeah, so Delphite is just a fancy word for blue milk glass. And what I also learned last night, because when we do these auctions, people are like chatting in, the little chat box. There is not a word or name for pink milk glass. Wouldn't you think there would be a name for pink milk glass? Because it exists. There's no name for pink milk glass. So I'm just saying, I told Miss Caroline we should come up with our own word or name for pink milk glass. I don't know what it is yet. I haven't gotten there yet. But if anyone has any ideas, please feel free to let me know. Because there isn't one, it doesn't exist, and I'm pretty sure we could come up with something. So this is Delphite, blue milk glass. Gorgeous. It's so pretty. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to hang it with some of my carnival glass plates that I have in my kitchen, just because it's so pretty and it'll sit like really nicely. And then you can see on like, oh, and it's Fire King. I'm sorry, I also forgot to mention it's Fire King, which, because Tupperware is something I'm not supposed to purchase anymore, but nobody put a limit on the amount of Fire King I can buy. So this is Fire King ovenware, made in the USA, Delphite. So again, that is what I have for tonight. If you have any ideas about what we should call pink milk glass, please let me know, because I would like to have a name for it. I think that pink milk glass deserves its own special label. Obviously, I like pink, so I'm just saying. Thanks for putting up with me, guys. That's what I have. Again, Miss Caroline's auctions, always fantastic. She has the best stuff. Check her out either at Redo Vendor Mall, which is, again, corner of Pass and Pops Ferry. Or you could just join her auction every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Time. Normally it's been going for about an hour, but last night we went for 2, so it was even better. It was awesome. I was so stoked. So there you go. Thanks, y'all. Have a wonderful 4th of July. Bye.